What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Virzi Effect podcast show. My name is Paul Virzi. You guys are listening to episode 490. Sorry about that. I had to get things set up here right. What could I say, guys? It's been a shit show of a week. I'll get into that with you guys. I could actually use talking to you guys. So this is going to be like my therapy because we are going through it with a loved family member, our cat of 16 years. We have two, and one of them isn't really, it sucks, man. I get old and things happen. So I'm going through that stuff, and I want to appreciate everybody who reached out asking about that. But we'll talk about some positive stuff first and then get into it. I'll try to make some sort of funny out of what's going on anyway. But first, before I get started on 490, I would like to thank everybody who did come out to my shows in Oklahoma City, at Bricktown Comedy Club over the weekend. Truly one of the sickest weekends I've had as a national headliner. Amazing crowds, amazing room. The new material is working. The old material that I added was great. Like as far as the way the new hour is flowing, I'm not going to lie. I was really, really happy with the weekend and the people. I want to thank all the fans who did come out to see me Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Truly appreciate it. Never been there before. I had some of the best food I've ever had in my life. I went to this place called Pearl's Crab Town, and I had this Cajun cold shrimp. I had crab cakes, and I had a plate of cabbage that they told me, get the side of cabbage. Now, I don't like cabbage. Who the fuck likes cabbage? Nobody likes cabbage. All right. And if you do, you're lying to yourself that it's delicious. Some of it's okay, but I'm talking about you've never like biting cabbage. You're not going to make the same. What lunatic makes the same reaction biting cabbage as they would like a good meatball or a chicken parm sandwich? You got to be a psychopath or really, really Irish or German to do that. All right. And this guy goes, get the side of cabbage. And I got the side of cabbage, guys, and it was incredible. It was incredible. It tasted, it was like had salt, but seasoning. And I'm going, what is this? It looked like half a head of lettuce that like was wet, and then you bit it, and it was one of the most delicious things. The crab cakes there. Shout out to Pearl's Crab Town in Oklahoma City. It blew me away. I went twice. A shout out to comedian Justin Smith from Oklahoma. You guys might know Justin. He's opened for Nate Borgazzi. He's an Oklahoma kid. He took me to some really cool places. He took me to Empire for pizza. Said it was decent being from New York. I checked that out. They have specialty slices. It was great. And that's not New York, but it was great. Then he said this frozen yogurt place he took me to, Brahm or whatever. I got a cone, a vanilla chocolate swirl waffle cone, which was great. Felt like I had to shit for 3 days because my body's not taking sweets, but I took a froyo at a place. You tell me I got to go get froyo. So it was amazing. Oklahoma City altogether, amazing, even down to their cabbage. It changed my life as far as cabbage. So thanks to everybody who came out there. And that was a great time, man. Cigar Lounge around the corner, or 2 blocks away. So you do the shows, you smoke a stick. It was unbelievable. Talking to the other comics, talking to the people out there. I saw something in Oklahoma City that I've never seen before in my life. I saw a guy in a bar, okay, sitting there. They turn the lights on. They flash the lights. They say last call. Everybody starts filing out. People are leaving. Okay, that's it. Everybody, it's time to go. And we start leaving the back room. They say, finish up, pay your bill. We finish up, we pay the bill. We start leaving. And all of a sudden they go, all right, man, everybody out. And this dude just stands up and goes, I ain't leaving. And they're like, what? I ain't leaving, man. I don't know. Well, who said I need to leave? I don't need to leave. And they're like, no, it's the law. He goes, I ain't leaving. Just standing there. His friend finally gets him out. He's pointing at the window, throwing shit at the window. This guy just wanted to party and keep drinking so much. Part of me like admired it, but I was a little buzzed because I had a couple old fashions with my cigar and it annoyed me. it annoyed me that he was doing that. So I was like, but then I'm leaving. Am I going to say something, get into a fight? It's stupid. It would have been because I had a couple of drinks in me. So I just watched him from the car with my window up, and I didn't roll the window down and say anything. Guy was a complete asshole, complete douche. But it was funny hearing somebody at last call or somebody at, hey guys, everybody out, just stand up and go, nah, I ain't leaving. Well, I just ain't leaving. So I really got a kick out of that. It was a lot of fun, but I got to tell you, Oklahoma City, I loved it. I loved the people. I loved everything was really, really nice and cool. And it was a great weekend and got some other stuff. I'm going to Addison, Texas, April 22nd to the 24th. I'll talk about that on the end of the show. Got some other plugs, some other dates coming up as well. May, June, all that. Here is my unacceptable for the week. It was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever witnessed. I had a 5 a.m. pickup on Easter Sunday to get home to my family for Easter. Okay. And, 5 a.m. pickups are rough. It's hard to sleep. You close your eyes for a couple hours. By the time you're done packing, the shows are over. You're done, packing, getting stuff ready to leave. You close your eyes. It's like 1 a.m. because the show started at 10. Was done a little before midnight. Then I get paid. Then I relaxed for a little bit. So by the time I'm packed, it's 2:00 in the morning. I got 3 hours of sleep. And that's if I go right to sleep. I probably got like 2.5 hours of sleep. So the feature, shout out to Casey. Dude, Casey featured. And maybe Casey McLean. I want to say his last name is McLean. I hope I'm not fucking that up. But funny dude, good dude from Seattle. And he says, hey, man, I got a 5 o'clock pickup too. Why don't we just share an Uber? So I said, great. So we share this Uber, and I should have known something was up from the beginning because we see this old Lincoln Town car pulling up to the hotel. Old. Like, I don't know what the Uber requirements are in Oklahoma City compared to New York, compared to other states. I think it's state by state. But, some cities, your car can only be like 8 years old. This thing was like a late 90s or early 2000s Lincoln Town car. It was bouncing up and down. It looked like the shocks were shot. Sorry. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I'm just going to myself. I'm thinking like, all right, this is a little beat up and old, but we're only going 15 minutes to the airport. Shouldn't be an issue. And we get back in there and he goes, hey, guy was an Italian guy from New York, but like loud and overly a lot for just overly talking for 5 o'clock in the morning. He's like, yeah, guys, you guys want to, I got a cooler back there. He had like this, like old school, like zip top, like cool. I got some waters if you want anything. He just starts talking and he's loud and we're just kind of looking at each other. And then he was funny in a character, but way too much. Then somebody had their headlights facing us at a light and they kept their brights on. And he goes, yeah, this fucking guy over here. And he just starts going and he just starts talking. Oh, yeah, I'm from New York. Yeah, I don't mean to get political. That de Blasio cocksucker, that fucking guy, that Cuomo. I don't know what anybody thinks that. And he's just talking. He goes, listen, he's talking about, yeah, I had this woman in a car one time and she tries to flirt with me for a thing. He's like, look, man, you're not going to give me any. Just keep looking at your phone. And I'm just looking at Casey. Casey's looking at me. I'm just looking, and this guy's just going and talking. And I'm like, is this guy on coke? It was way too much, but entertaining. The dude in the other comic goes, yeah, man, he kind of won me over. It was one of the most ridiculous 5 o'clock in the morning Uber ride. I mean, 2-3 minutes into this, the word fuck, I think motherfucker, cocksucker. I mean, all of these. And he's just like, I don't mean to get political. And then, but he did. And I don't care. Like, he's just like, I'm from New York. And then I get out, he goes, yeah, tell New York I'm never coming back. Or like, and I was like, don't worry, buddy. Don't worry. Don't worry. But just like a loud, really brash. It was unacceptable because it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay. 5 o'clock in the morning. It's still dark out. Okay. It's just, I'm going to an airport. Okay. It's a Sunday morning, which means, Saturday night we did something. Nobody goes away to nobody's going to the airport on Sunday and did nothing the Saturday before, probably. Like, especially on, like, you did something, whether it's a drink and dinner, whatever, you did something. So 5 o'clock in the morning to be that loud, absolutely unacceptable. But I will give the guy points for being funny, but overly, like, it was almost like the most ridiculous thing I've ever. Just imagine like a loud Italian guy that you see like on I don't know, online doing a rant video, doing that while driving you to the airport, yelling, cursing, and you're absolutely exhausted. The only reason why it's not a huge unacceptable is because we had the story for it. I mean, the guy just started laying into politicians. The guy just started laying into like what's going on in the country. The guy's cursing up and down a storm. He's talking about talking about with women. And what are you guys? You guys married? It's just the way it was really over the top. So I'm going to say, if you're an Uber driver or a Lyft driver, you get somebody in the car on a Sunday morning at 5 a.m., you just fucking have some low soothing music and zip them out. Just, there doesn't need to be too much talking. Just low, zip the mouth, and let people process that they're up this early, that they need to go through security and do all the bullshit things that you need to do when you do fly. Let that happen. So there you go. There is the unacceptable. Yeah, guys, just wanted to talk about this, and if you guys had any experiences with the vet, I'm doing everything that I can for my cat, and I think I hope I'm wrong, and I hope there's a miracle, but it's rough because, the cat is really old and he's going through something, and I can't let my cat suffer, and I can't let him be, upset. I can't let him be in pain. I can't let this happen, because he's been such a great cat. He's been such a great pet. And we have two brothers, both they're like 16 and a half. We had him from 7 weeks old. You could hear the story about them on my album. I'll say this, when we first brought the dog home, the cats were already there for about 12 years. So, it was pretty interesting, but, I did everything I can financially, and I was glad that my wife and I are in a position to do that, but the cat was just sleeping, not eating, not drinking, brought him there, did a bunch of tests, fucking ton of money. Then, we think this, let's take x-rays, do x-rays. Oh, there's something going on here. Let's take that out. Let's do that. Did that. That's a ton of money. And then the cat and I'm not going to do this to the cat, but at the same time, I just want to make sure that I've done everything. So if you have a story about this, or because I don't want to go too long, but I also don't want to give every shot that I have to maybe have some miraculous miracle. And, I figured something out. And I don't mean to be sappy, and I don't mean to be sad on this, but this is going to be a little sad. And I'm dedicating this episode to cat lovers, my cat, everybody, my cat, Thomas, he's amazing. And everybody listening to this shit that has an animal that they love. I realize the grief process is not about so much the animal, right? It is about the animal, but the animal doesn't feel what we feel, right? An animal's not sitting there going like, fuck, dude, I'm not going to be able to get wet food next week because I'm going to die. I'm scared. Animal doesn't do what we do. Animal either feels pain and suffering and wants it to stop, or the animal's like, I'm better, I'm going to go on. And then they make the decision. That's what it is. Humans are selfish. We're the ones going like, no, let him hang on. All right, fine. Amputate all 4 of his fucking extremities, and I'll drag him by a muzzle. Like, that's what we do because it's us. I know he's brain dead and pissing and shitting all over the house. He's fine. I'll pet him tonight. That'll be good for me. That's the animal doesn't look at it like that. The animal is not going like, I'm never going to see them again. The animal just goes, it's my time. It ran its course, and that's it. So that makes you feel good. But the grieving process I noticed was when I got the kitten for my wife's birthday, her reaction, certain things that have happened during the course of the life of the pet that you remember, that you think and smile, and then that era is over. And that's what I was struggling with. I had people call me or talk to me and go, dude, I cried like a baby with my cats. Like, I don't know if I'm going to cry like that or anything, but, and not that I'm too tough for it. It's just, I'm able to rationalize it and do that, but it's about the memory. It's about the, it's, I can't go fishing with a cat or a dog. Or maybe a dog, but like, I mean, like actually do the fishing. And, I can't go golfing with my dog and talk and have drinks and have it be a human. It's not like that. That would be sick if your dog just ripped off a cap on a beer and threw it back and could have a conversation with you. That's different. These are just animals that love and they know to be fed and they do that. And they're our companions. But this is hitting me in a different way. And it probably won't with the next, but this is the first time that I'm an adult with my own kids and we're dealing with something, and it's more about the time frame. So, but I learned this, and if this helps anybody, just know this, because I read and all this dumb shit that I do to make me feel better. When I fascinated with aviation, because how could a plane go 37,000 feet? Well, let me read about it. Same thing with pets and animals and stuff. And this is what I'm dealing with, man. The cat just wants to be okay. And I'm not going to sit and watch it. I mean, this cat was a Hall of Famer, and I wasn't just joking. This cat fucking caught a chipmunk, beat it to death, and then just dragged it in our foyer so we saw it, leaving dead mice on the welcome mat as if to be like, that's what we're doing out here. Like the Hall of Fame, cat grabbed a robin out of the thing and just ate a robin's head, or like killed the bird and left it in the garage for us to see it. I mean, this cat has Hall of Fame fucking numbers, just bludgeoning rodents to death. And, and now he's in rough shape. I thought my other cat, I thought his brother might be the first. I don't know. There's a glimmer of hope here. We got one more thing to try. And no matter what, we'll see what happens. But I'm not going to talk about it either way next time I'm on the show. I'm either going to say what it is and go through it, and then that's it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just talking about it now because I had a week, guys. I talked about this on the Anything Better podcast with Burr. The Knicks lose to those rats in Brooklyn by 1 shot. Gonzaga, who I had going wire to wire, they lose in the national championship game. That would have been a great call. They lose that. Okay. And my cat is sick, going through this shit. It's been a shitty week. I was like, should I do my podcast? I got a lot of stuff going on. Why not? You guys are the best fucking podcast fans. The amount of people listening to the Virzi Effect that are reaching out going, hey, these are my favorite podcasts, and the Virzi Effect is now on there. All the numbers have gone up since we've been there. Thank you guys. Please like and subscribe to the Virzi Effect. Okay, get the Virzi Effect, iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. Please do that. And that makes the ratings go up and the show move up. Obviously, subscribe to my YouTube channel, which you guys have been doing, and also subscribe to the Anything Better podcast with me and Bill Burr. We talked about this stuff. We talked about cars this week. We talked about a lot of stuff, animals that we're afraid of. We had a great episode 12. So check all that out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, that and all that. But yeah, so it's amazing how the human emotion, there are some people that just cry, and once they cry, they get it out and they feel better. I was never that guy. I was never that puke and then you're not drunk anymore or you sleep better. I would drink like an animal, guys. I was a fucking animal. College, I would do keg stands, naked keg stand. I did a 90-something second keg stand. I had like the record in my high school, and like a dick, I thought that was cool. But I would drink, and then I would never throw up, which hurt me, because I kept it all in and I dealt with the pain for days. That's what happens with emotional stuff. I wish I can think about my cat, cry it out and do it. No, I'm like internalizing it. And I'm just thinking about those things, and it sucks. It sucks. So I'm trying to get more of that. Like, okay, and one time when I was a kid, I had a cat. I had a cat named Samantha. And I was literally probably 10, 11 years old, 9, 10, 11. And I came home one day, and my mother and stepfather said, I'm sorry, I got some bad news. Your cat died, but don't worry. She didn't suffer. She was bitten by a poisonous something. I don't know if they said a poisonous snake or rat. They said some shit. Your cat, your cat was bit by a poisonous snake and just fell asleep, and it was fine, but whatever. and then like took me out and I got my mind off of it. And that was it. And then I remember like sometime later, they go, no, dude, your cat got hit by a car and she was like cut in half. It was bad. So we couldn't tell you that. And I'm going, what? What the fuck? Like, thanks, I guess. Like, I almost like, I know I'm old enough now, but maybe like we could have just kept I mean, even if I knew subconsciously it was a lie, like to just be like, oh no, that thing was, that thing was almost cut in half by a car. But you remember things like that. And I just think it's more about time. And I think it's all about that stuff and like the time you have and the memories, as opposed to, I wish humans can be the way cats are. When a cat's eating, he didn't give a shit that you gave him the food. The cat's going to rub against you to get the food. They just want to, once they get the food, they're good. So like the fact that cats are a little selfish is helping me through this. The fact that like my cat doesn't give a fuck about like the emotion of it helps me. Why do we? And a part of it is that, they're great. They don't talk back. They never disappoint you. They never hurt your feelings. They never backstab you. They're never going to get jealous. They're never going to fucking, they're never going to blackmail you. And none of those things. Not that anybody's blackmailed me, but you know what I mean? I don't know why blackmail just came to my head right there. But, but I will tell you, I did everything that I could do. And I'm still like, do I do more? They're like, oh, there's some last that you could put them in a fucking oxygen tent, or you could do this, or hook them up to this, or we could put needles in and do this and test this. And I'm going like, is that going to be okay for the cat? The cat's fragile, frail, 16 and a half, like, but I'm spending money. If you guys knew what I spent on this cat, you would be like, shit, you're a better cat owner than me. I know some people, cat gets a fucking toothache, they're putting the thing down. So they're like, what, dude? He's shedding. Kill him. Take him. What can you do? You got to just laugh and enjoy life, right? I was talking to. I got a funny story for you guys. We'll lighten this. We'll lighten this mood up. But I do want to thank you guys, man. And when you guys say things like on the social media, and you say things like, Virzi, listening to your podcast at work gets me through and helps me, and you help me with this, or depression or anything like that, man, I can't thank you enough. That keeps me doing it. When you guys come out to my stand-up shows, by the way, guys, you got to come check out the new hour, man. We're ready to go. There's new hours getting ready. We're hopefully going to shoot it this summer and have it released, a new special. But when you guys come out to those comedy clubs and come up and say, what's up? I love the podcast, man. It means everything. So I really appreciate it. But when you guys like reach out and talk about, hey man, like, thank you for talking about that, or I went through it. It's nice to know that I'm talking about shit that you guys are going through. But on a positive note, we have a dog named Lloyd. He's 5 years old. He's from Aruba, and he's part Shar-Pei, but they call him Arubian Canuco, which is like half the people think they're their own breed. They're those wild dogs that are running around Aruba. If you ever go to Aruba and you see these dogs running all over, jumping on rocks, he's one of those, but he has a little Shar-Pei in him. Shar-Pei is a really wrinkled dogs. He's got that in him, and their nails are a little longer. So our dog Lloyd's nails are really long, and he doesn't let anybody touch his hands or his legs, his arms, legs, whatever, for the hoof. He doesn't let anybody touch it. So like to the point where he needs to be put to sleep. So fast forward, Sal Volcano, you guys know Sal. Shout out to Sal Volcano, Impractical Jokers. Sal was over the house around, I guess it was around like Super Bowl or something. And me and Sal are good friends. And Sal, we're talking about the dog, and we look at the dog's nails. And I go, yeah, man, the dog he needs his nails cut, and he doesn't let anybody touch his nails. He needs his nails cut. So we have to put him down. And Sal goes, whoa, dude, that's a little harsh, man. Let's talk about this. And I go, no, dude. I mean, like, put him down so his nails could get clipped. We're not going to kill the dog because his nails are long. And we just had such a good laugh. And like thinking about that is just making me, laugh about everything, that's going on. But yeah, his nails, I go, yeah, man, his nails, we got to put him down. And so I goes, well, can we talk about this? But if you guys have any stories about animals or like, you know, and there's a fine line, man, of like when the animal is ready. Like my brother had a pet and woke up and knew the pet just looked, it's over. But then it's like, is there a little bit left in the gas? But I don't want to make you even suffer over one night. So that whole shit goes on. And then you're just like, because I don't want to like the last days of your pet to be like, you're some serial killer with the cat in a dungeon. The cat's like, can we just do this? Like, so that's what's going on. I wasn't going to do this podcast. I'm glad I'm doing it now. It feels good to at least talk about and get this out. This is Virzi Effect episode 490. I got some good guests coming up. I know you guys like when I fly solo like this, but I do have some big guests coming up. So we're going to be doing that over the next couple of weeks, but I'm also going to have another solo one really soon too. I don't know exactly the schedule, but tune in and you guys will check that out. I got some dates coming up, guys. I got some new stuff coming up that I'm really excited about. Addison, Dallas, Texas. I'm going to be there April 22nd through the 24th. That just got added. Please spread the word because it's kind of last minute notice. So it's only 3 weeks. So please tell whoever, get people out there. We're going to have a great time out there, me and whoever is out there, but I love going there. The people in that area are amazing. So definitely check out Addison, Texas and Florida. Side Splitters, Tampa. I will be in Tampa, Side Splitters, May 20th through the 23rd. Check that out. I think I'm doing 7 shows. I'm going to be on Mike Calta in the morning there. We're going to be talking a lot of shit. We'll be having a good time out there. Where else am I going? Austin, Texas, the Vulcan Gas Company. Big time comedy. I'm going to be out there June 11th at 7:30 and June 12th at 7:30. 2 shows. June 25th, 26th, Salt Lake City. I'm coming out to Salt Lake City. Tell your friends. I loved it. I had a great time out there. And now we're working on where we're going to shoot this special. All those announcements are coming soon. But I'm coming in hot to all of these places now. Having a great time with the new hour. Cannot wait for you guys to see it. And I'm not half-stepping, doing some bullshit, giving some bullshit. I'm coming out there and we're going to have a good time. And that's where we're at. So what can you do? What can you do? It's been an emotional fucking, when you just have that shit going on and you're just like, you're doing everything you can, but you're just, something's going on and it sucks and you just want to get it fucking resolved. That's where I'm at, man. It's like, it just makes your, when I'm telling you, man, like I said this on the Anything Better podcast, so I don't want to sound redundant, but when I love something and something's been good to me, I'll stop at nothing, man. I'll stop at nothing. That goes for anything. That goes for obviously, like family, my kids. I'll fucking kill everybody. I'm talking about like, friends and good people to me and all that, man. Like I'm just, pets, all that shit. And it's like, people laughed at me when I was, resuscitate my cat in the middle of the night. I don't give a fuck what it costs, I just hope that this vet wasn't a scumbag taking extra at the end when he knew. How do you know? Because these vets, they're like mechanics, because here's what the vet can do. Okay. And I'm not shitting on you if you're a vet, but here's what the vet can do. If you've ever worked for a vet, and if you have any stories like this, let me know. But here's what the vet can do. The vet knows this is your pet that you love. The vet knows that you're bringing them to the vet. First of all, if you're bringing something to the vet, you love them. Because the pieces of shit, they're just like, he's sick, let him rot. If you love the pet, you're going to have the thing go to surgery. You're going to have the thing get things done. You're going to have the thing get medication. You're going to have the thing be taken care of. So a vet can prey on that and go, well, I know there's nothing that they could do, but here's a last ditch effort if they really want to do this. That's their way of saying, let me get as much fucking money as I can get before this happens, before this goes down. That's what I'm worried about. Not that I care and I'll pay it, but if it's bullshit, it's bullshit. The mob wouldn't handle that. The mob would have to, if the mob found that out, then humans would be getting euthanized. Frankie, do him a fucking favor. What movie? Frankie, do him a fucking favor. Remember Casino? You made me torture you. I popped your fucking eye out. for Charlie M. And then he walked out. He goes, Charlie fucking M. Anyway, man, we're gonna be good through this. We're gonna get through this, man. We're gonna get through this. And I hope I didn't come across too like, whatever, man. I'm just gonna do the podcast and be honest and talk to you guys about it. And that's all I could do. I mean, and to add insult to injury, the Knicks losing to the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, well, it's been a tough week. Went in thinking Gonzaga was at least going to give me my call. I could have talked shit on the podcast. I mean, it's just been, my neck is killing me. I got issues with, my back. I mean, it's just been, but you know what? I'm not going to bitch. It's like that Dom Herrera joke. Dom Herrera goes, I got an uncle. And he's like, all he does is say negatives. He goes like, yeah, he's like, he goes, I got a boil on my ass. He goes, my daughter, she's married to a friggin' loser. My job sucks. And he starts listing everything. He goes, but you know me, I can't complain. Shout out to the great Dom Herrera. But yeah, man. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I got some guests. I don't want to announce the guests that are coming on the show, but you guys are going to see some cool guests coming on the show. And I'm looking forward to going to these cities and doing things. But here's one thing I don't do. I don't like going to a city where the landmark is tragedy. I don't, we went, shout out to Justin Smith. He drove me past the Timothy McVeigh building that he bombed and the bombing and the people and stuff. And it was nice that people put up flowers and pictures and all that stuff of the victims, but it's just like, I don't like seeing that. I still to this day have not gone to the 9/11 memorial because I just don't, I feel for the people. It's not even about that, but I don't want to take time to even address what those pieces of shit did. Like, I don't even want to take time. I want to honor those people, which I do. And I've seen this stuff on TV and I know where it is. And I always look at that tower and think about it, but I don't want to like, there's something about it. Like, I don't want to go to where JFK got his head blown off. I saw it and it's amazing to like see the movies and to see the documentaries and then to see it's there, like to see that. But like, I don't want to be like, oh, this is where his wife and kids' life was all fucking, this is where everything ended for him. And this is where he got his brains blown out and this big cover up and one of the worst, darkest days in the country. I'd just be like, oh, that's that area. That's pretty crazy. But I don't want to like walk around with cotton candy at the fucking place is what I'm saying. I don't need to do that. I don't need to have cotton candy and go, this is where people died. And these awful, incredibly horrible things happened. So let's take a selfie. Were there brain fragments on this street? I don't want to do that at all. At all. I don't even want to give so. But I am going to come and see cool shit. I do want to come and see cool shit. So I'm going to do that in all of these cities that I have coming up, like Texas, Salt Lake, Austin. And I'm definitely all about the good food at these places. So there you go, guys. This has been the Virzi Effect, episode 490. We are growing. We are strong. Virzi Effectors. Let's get this army together. Let's keep going. Let's get bigger. Let's get better. Like and subscribe. Go to my YouTube channel. All the episodes are there in full. Like I said, I got some banger guests coming up. Okay. And we're going to do this thing. And like I said, iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you get your podcast, go to Anything Better, subscribe to that. Love you guys. Felt good to get some shit off of my chest in a rough week. And it's not always going to be like this, but this is life, right? Instead of sitting and not doing it, I'd rather give you guys are good enough to listen. And I do appreciate all the comments on YouTube. Anytime you see comments pop up, my producer like screens them. So if somebody's a dick, I really won't see it. But all the stuff that you guys have been saying, man, has been really, really nice. And I really, really appreciate it. And I'll tell you what, man, like keep looking out and keep watching out because 2021, about to do some shit. Not to sound like a rapper. Yo, 2021 is mine and another one and another one. No, we got some cool stuff coming out. Thank you guys. I love you guys. And I'll talk to you guys real soon.